Star Wars Rebels Season 3 finale just dropped. I just finished watching it, and I've got to say, I loved it. Today I've compiled 10 things that I loved about the episode, 10 things that are going to be teased for Season 4, and just 10 things I just found really cool. If you haven't seen the episode, close this video, watch the episode, and then come back, because I'm not holding back on any spoilers. I'm talking about everything from the episode, and if you do not want to get spoiled, do not watch this video until you've seen the episode. This is the top 10 best moments from the Star Wars Rebels season finale, 0 Hour. At the number 10 spot, we've got the Death Troopers. Now, I've only put them at number 10 simply because we didn't hear them speak. I'm going to watch the episode a second time just to see if we can hear them, even just a little murmur or anything, but from what I heard, I didn't hear their encrypted language once, which was really disappointing, but they were cool nonetheless. You could see that they were more skilled than normal stormtroopers, and I really appreciated that. I think we're going to start seeing some really good tie-ins to Rogue One, which is good, because I really liked Rogue One. At number 9, we have Callus Survives. This is something I did not expect, but as soon as they said Callus put him in like the airlock, I was like, oh, he's dead. But when I saw him in the elevator, I was like, no, he's going to survive. And he just gets an escape pod and just gets out of there. I love that. And now he's going to be like a full-blown rebel. It's going to be great. At number 8, we've got something that I just kind of found really interesting, and that is that Callus transmits his Fulcrum messages from Ezra's old home, or at least his tower that he had in Season 1. I think this was just a really cool callback, for one, and I think it was also just something really, just a nice touch for Callus to just go back to his home, and also the scene where Thrawn comes in and just says the code phrase was really cool as well, and their little fight, that was really amazing. At number 7, we have the Mandalorian space battle. This was a scene that I was looking forward to, and I really loved how just Mandalorians come out of nowhere and then just hop on. They just jump off their ship and destroy the Gravity Well ship. I think that was a really cool touch to see those Gravity Well ships again, since we saw them just experimental and we thought they were gone, but now we just saw them in this huge battle with Thrawn, and we see how many risks Thrawn wants to take, and it was just really cool to see the Mandalorians just hop on and just Star Wars Battlefront style try to knock out the objective. It was really cool. At number 6, we have the death of Sato and Constantine, and like I said at the start, this of course is spoilers, so if you're still here and you're pissed off that I just spoiled the death of Sato and Constantine, I warned you at the start, twice. But anyway, the death of Sato and Constantine I think was very fitting. I did not expect Sato. Constantine, kind of. I think when I was saying in my predictions video that I had a feeling that something would happen to Price, I think that feeling just, I guess, was for any officers, including Constantine. So I guess you could say I was kind of right, just the wrong officer, but Sato came out of nowhere. As soon as Sato was just like, evacuate the ship, I was like, what? I had no idea that Sato would just flat out just sacrifice himself in his ship for the cause, and it's just, I really liked that how we had Sato in the first episode of Season 2 saying, we cannot sacrifice this ship, to this episode, his final episode in Season 3, he's saying, this is the only way, and he's going to sacrifice himself and his ship, which I found really cool. At number 5, we have the Mandalorian Civil War. Now, some might have glossed over this, but when Ezra goes to ask for Sabine's help, her mother goes, we are in the middle of a civil war, which I think is a really cool tease for something that might happen in Season 4. At the end of the episode, we also had Kanan walking around the ghost, and we see that that Sabine's saying to Hera that she needs some help, and that they're, I guess, gonna have the rebellion help with the Mandalorian Civil War, and it's gonna be so cool to see a Mandalorian Civil War on screen. Number 4 is something else that we overheard while Kanan was walking through the ghost, but we are going back to Yavin. Yes, we are finally gonna see the Yavin base get established. lots of tie-ins to Rogue One, lots of tie-ins to the OT. It's going to be really, really, really cool to see Yavin and see the base be built. It's also going to be cool to see a more united rebellion, and we will see that council that we see in Rogue One forming as well. The next thing was something that totally blindsided me. I did think Bendu was going to have a part in this episode, but I did not think that Bendu was going to literally turn into a storm and start killing everyone. The line that he said, "I am death," and he just bounced a bit too far onto the dark side of the Force, and you can see how powerful Bendu is. I had a little thing at the back of my head thinking that Thrawn was going to die in that scene, but I didn't think they'd kill him in such a cheap way. And I've got to say, the Rebels would have been in a lot of trouble without Bendu, and Bendu really saved their asses. Which perfectly transitions into number 2. Thrawn's plan worked so perfectly. Everything went precisely as he wanted, except for when Constantine broke orders. But Thrawn's plan was perfect. He had the rebels cornered. He had General Dodana and Hera captured, and they had Sato dead. That would have been really successful had Bendu not stepped in, and I can't wait to see more of that Thrawn in Season 4, since he didn't die. And I am really on a roll today, because that transitions straight into number 1, which is next time Thrawn's going to be ready for what he calls Jedi devilry. When he sees Bendu, that caught him off guard. But I think next time he's going to be studying, instead of just the rebels, he's going to be studying the Force. And I think it's going to be really cool to see now Thrawn getting smarter when it comes to the Jedi and the Force. And I think that Thrawn is going to then be able to outsmart them. It's going to be really cool to see what part Thrawn is going to play in Season 4. But we're going to have to wait till Star Celebration in 2 weeks to actually see any trailers. Even though I'm pretty certain we're not going to see any actual footage at Celebration, but I do know for a fact that they've got a Star Wars Rebels Season 4 panel. They'll probably just be talking about it. I highly doubt they'll actually give us something so soon after Season 3. So that's just about that. What did you guys think of my top 10 list? Was there anything else that you found cool about the episode? And what did you think about the episode overall? Please leave something down in the comments. Any comments like that I will definitely address. I also have a Discord now because I've had some people have some really cool theories and I'd like to discuss it in more detail. So if you just go to my channel box where my Twitter is, right next to it you'll see the Discord invite's also in the description down below. Click on that, join the Discord, and then if you're lucky, I'll be on there. I'll only be on there on weekends because I have got schoolwork to do on weekdays, but on weekends I'll hop on every once in a while and have a chat to you guys. So yeah, just make sure to leave a comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe for more content coming out as much as I can, trying to keep you guys updated, and also just stir the theory pot, I guess. See you guys in the next video, and have a good day.